Neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbours with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbours should be there for one another. That's when good neighbours become good friends.
What did you have in mind, Paul? Oh, were you going to tell Clive's uncle about the time Clive saved Lucy's life?
Who's Lucy?
Paul's little sister. Well, Lucy needed an emergency tracheotomy. Clive had to perform it on the Robinsons' kitchen table. Lucy would have died otherwise.
Oh. Is that what you were going to tell me?
Yeah.
Well, you should be grateful to my nephew, young man.
Oh, of course I'm grateful. We all are.
We Gibbons have a reputation for hasty decisions, but you can take it from me. Time is of the essence when a tracheotomy is necessary. Well, I'll leave you to get on with your work.
I'll see you tonight, Uncle Ted.
I hope you won't impose on Susan's generosity for too long. She and Clive have a baby, you know.
Oh, no. Susan's welcome to leave any time she likes.
Good. See you later, Susan.
Bye, Uncle Ted. If you're going to blast me, do it now. Get over and done with.
I should. But I won't. That was some snow job, I've got to say. I'm impressed.
You're not upset with me?
I'm not exactly thrilled. You did make me look like a fool out there.
Sorry.
I think you're a lady of hidden talents. And I think Clive should be counting his blessings.
I didn't do it just for Clive.
I know you and Sam need a roof over your heads, but I think you're wasting your time. Well, if you can pull the wool over old Uncle Ted's eyes like that, imagine what you could do when you really put your mind to it. Hi, Dad.
Hey, you and Charlene get a good morning study in?
Sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
Well, we were making progress until Warren arrived.
Oh?
Do you know what that jerk did, Dad? Cracked a cask of wine before 10 in the morning. Can you believe that?
Hope you and Charlene didn't help him drink it.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Charlene.
Didn't hang around to find out.
Madge won't be thrilled. Well, I suppose I better go and have a word with the pair of them about it.
No, I don't, Dad.
I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on Charlene.
Yeah, I know, but it looked as though I was dobbing them in.
You're doing them a favour.
Yeah, well, tell Charlene that.
Well, I better have a word with him.
Look, Shane will handle it. He told me this morning Charlene would have to answer to him if he caught her drinking again.
Yeah, well, I suppose it would be better coming from him. Anyway, looks like this family has problems enough of its own. This just arrived for Paul.
Terri, what does she want?
I wonder.
Well, I'd chuck it straight in the bin, Dad. Don't even tell Paul about it.
You know, that's my first reaction too, but Paul has a right to decide for himself what to do about it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hello, Clive. How are you getting on with your uncle?
Fine. Would you like to meet him? He's a nice bloke.
Why not?
You won't forget about the wife and child, will you?
What wife and child?
Yeah, right. Ted Gibbons, Ruth Wilson, my neighbour.
Hello, Ted.
Hello. You didn't tell me you lived next door to such a beautiful lady.
Oh, now I know you and Clive are related. The same silver tongue.
Ah, but the compliment comes from the heart. You care to join me?
Thank you.
So, what you been up to?
Oh, this and that. Called into the office to see Susan. Her boss doesn't seem to be too fond of you.
What's he been saying?
You're a dark horse. Why didn't you tell me?
Look, I know you probably find it a little strange, but...
I certainly did, but Susan explained. I'm proud of you, Clive.
You're proud of me?
Yes. I can understand Paul thinking it a little strange, but we understand in an emergency. A tracheotomy must be performed immediately.
Oh, yes, young Lucy. I heard all about it. Clive certainly made his mark in Erinsborough that day.
Well, far be it from me to comment on my own reviews, but you two feel free to talk about it to your heart's content. Meanwhile, how about I get us all a cup of coffee?
Well, that would be lovely, Clive.
Yes, I'll go again, thanks.
Oh, there's Jim. Jim!
Your husband?
No, Jim Robinson. I'm staying with his family.
Then you're unattached?
No, wait, change that. Make it, we await your prospectus with interest.
Dad,
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Oh, come in. What can I do for you?
Well, it's a private matter, actually.
All right, we'll come into the office. We'll finish that a bit later.
Excuse me.
What's up?
This arrived for you this morning from Terri.
Why didn't you just burn it?
Well, don't you want to know what she's got to say?
Nope. Dad, as far as I'm concerned, Terri is dead. Which is the way she tried to leave me, if you remember.
She must be having a pretty miserable time of it in prison. I can't help feeling a certain amount of sympathy for her.
Dad, she tried to kill me.
She panicked. She was terrified you were going to ring the police, and despite everything, I think she really loved you.
My darling Paul.
So you're not going to give her a chance?
Why should I?
It must have taken a lot of courage for her to write.
I don't care about her, Dad. And I don't give a damn about anything she's got to say.
All right. It's your decision. Don't blame you. I thought you might have shown a little more compassion.
And in response to your offer of the 15th of last month...
Excuse me.
Yes.
Have you checked that date? I think it's the 16th.
Susan, it's your job to check those sort of details, not mine.
Okay. Don't bite my head off. What were you and your dad talking about, for heaven's sake? Did he have some bad news for you?
No. Look, it's not important, all right? Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Let's go. Let's get out of here and go and get something to eat.
Oh, thanks, Paul, but I can't have my boss taking me to lunch every day. You go. I've got some sandwiches to eat here.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. See if you can shake that black cloud while you're about it.
Yes, boss.
I'll check that date on the computer and type up the letter while you're gone.
Okay.
And just what are you up to, Mrs. Gibbons?
Clive, did you have to sneak up on me like that?
Sorry, my entrances don't usually get that sort of reaction.
No, I'm sorry. He just gave me a fright, that's all.
Oh, not half as big as the one Ted just gave me.
He told you he poked his nose in here?
I don't know how you steered the conversation around to Lucy's tracheotomy, but thank you.
Well, we may not be so lucky next time. I don't know how long I can keep it going.
You deserve an Oscar.
Paul thinks so too.
I bet he was furious.
Well, actually, he was impressed. But that'll wear thin if your uncle decides to pay him any more surprise visits.
I'll have to think of some way to keep Ted busy while he's staying.
Well, think fast. Because if Paul doesn't slip up, someone else is bound to.
Thank you.
Jim, this is Ted Gibbons.
Oh, yes, Clive's uncle. How do you do?
All the better for having met this charming house guest of yours.
Ted tells me he's lived in America for the last 30 years, but from the way he talks, I think it must have been Ireland, somewhere not too far from the Blarney Stone.
Well, that's where Clive gets it from. He's always coming up with some sort of a crazy scheme. The gift of the gab was a classic.
Gift to the gab.
Yeah. Sort of a Ramsay Street running gag that Clive instigated.
But of course he doesn't have time for that sort of thing anymore, not now he has a wife and child.
I'm pleased to see he's settling here so well.
He's a real asset to the community, there's no doubt about that. Always seems to be on hand whenever he's needed. And Susan and the baby adore him.
They certainly do. She's a wonderful girl, that Susan.
What are your plans when you leave Erinsborough?
Oh, I want to catch up on the family, see how my brother is. I know he's alive, but is he still kicking? And then I plan to travel a bit, see Europe again.
Ted was talking to me about London, Jim. Made me feel quite homesick.
You spend some time in England?
Oh, a couple of visits. Great place.
Maybe I can talk him into slipping me into one of his suitcases.
Hey, what a great idea. Are you planning a trip back home?
Well, not before Jim's mother-in-law gets back from her trip. As I told you, I'm helping out here while she's away.
Yeah, but after that, if you're still thinking of going...
If we happen to be there at the same time, I'd be delighted to show you around. I'm sure I know a few places in the old Dart you haven't come across yet.
I'll bet there are.
Sounds like a wonderful idea. Nothing like having a native on hand when you're exploring a foreign country.
Especially someone as attractive as Ruth, eh, Jim?
She'd be hard to beat.
was quick. What did you have? A vitamin pill and a glass of water?
Yeah, would have done me. Not really hungry. Hey, it's all right. There's no hurry. Finish your lunch. I've got tons to keep me busy in here.
Pens down. Time for a break.
I can smell the calories.
I don't think you will ever have a weight problem.
You don't have to go to all this trouble, you know, Ruth.
I enjoy it.
Well, I won't argue then. I enjoy it too. Having you here.
What did you think of Ted?
Well, he seems like a nice enough bloke. He's taken a shine to you by the look of it.
It's hard to tell. Maybe he always carries on like that.
Like what?
You know, all that charm, all those little innuendos. Still, I did get the feeling that he wanted to ask me out.
Would you accept if he did?
Would you mind?
No, I have no claims on you, Ruth.
No. But I thought we had an understanding.
You mean a lot to me. I won't deny that. But I can't ask you to give up anything or anyone on my account. I can't honestly call the feeling I have for you love. Not yet, anyway.
I see.
So if you want to go out with Ted or with anyone, you should.
Right then. I will. Excuse me.
Great talking to you. Yeah, Dr. Cindy and the kids. Take care.
Boy, you can talk. I've been trying to phone you since 2 o'clock.
Ah, well, you know how it is. Ring an old friend, time slips away. Finished at the surgery.
Yes, I've handed over to my locum. I'm completely at your disposal for the rest of the day.
Great. I just got one more call to make to the States.
You've been phoning the States all afternoon?
Oh, I made a couple of calls to Perth, too. I'd offer to put a few bucks in your kitty, but I know you'd only be put out.
What's a couple of long-distance phone calls?
Right. Oh, hell, that call can wait till later.
Well, don't put it off on my account.
No. I'd much rather talk to my favourite nephew.
So, what else have you been doing with yourself all afternoon?
Oh, Ruth and I had a long chat about England.
Nice lady.
I'm hoping to ask her out while I'm here.
Jim won't like that.
Jim. Oh, Jim Robinson. Ruth introduced me.
They have a sort of an understanding.
I didn't get that impression at all. The lady obviously likes me. He didn't seem to mind.
It might be best not to stir up trouble. After all, you're only staying 2 weeks.
She's a great-looking lady, Clive. Who knows? I may even extend my stay.
Of course, long as you like.
I think I'll give her a call now. See how she's fixed for tomorrow.
Paul, I've got a confession to make. I found this. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't have, but I read it.
It's personal.
I know. But once I'd read a few lines, I realised what it was that had upset you. Paul, I care about you. Enough to want to... Well, I want to know when something's wrong. If there's anything I can do to help. Please, Paul. I wish you'd talk to me about it. She was your wife, wasn't she? Tell me about it.
I love Terri. More than anything. She was my whole life at the time.
What went wrong?
Everything. I suppose I never should have married her. It was a very one-sided relationship. I know she married me on the rebound, but I tried to convince myself that she cared as much about me as I did for her.
Why is she in jail?
She killed a man. And then she tried to kill me. And when Dad came and brought that letter to me, he tried to tell me that she had loved me all the time. Still does. But I know Terri. I know she's in this world to see what she can get out of it. You see, my solicitor just served her with the divorce papers. So she probably wrote to me to see if she could get a good deal.
You haven't read the letter?
I don't have to.
I think you should. Maybe she is trying to make you feel sorry for her, but I don't know. She sounds sort of desperate to me.
Of course she sounds desperate. And who better to put the bite on than your ex-husband?
I think you should read it.
Look, I don't want to know about Terri. As far as I'm concerned, she's dead, and that's the way I wanted to stay.
You're not being very fair.
Why don't you mind your own damn business? You had no right in reading my personal mail in the first place.
Morning. How's the study?
Well, actually, I've decided to take the morning off. I'm starting to feel a bit edgy, though.
Oh, you'll be fine. Main thing is just to keep at it, mate. And get plenty of rest. You doing plenty of exercise?
Hey, Dad, look.
You don't have to do jobs around the house till after the exams. I can always ask Paul to lend a hand.
Oh. He was pretty upset about Terri's letter from what you said.
Yeah, tore it up unread.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I'd like to know what she was writing about. Must be pretty grim for her in prison.
Yeah, well, that's her problem.
She's only young, mate. She's facing another 15 years behind bars. A little compassion wouldn't go astray.
Dad, there is nothing we can do for her.
Someone ought to go and see her. She hasn't got any relatives apart from Paul, and he's not interested. I guess maybe I'll have to go.
I wish one of you had woken me.
Well, Ted thought you deserved a Saturday morning lie-in after your hard week at the surgery.
Did he say where he was going?
To have morning tea with Ruth, I think.
Oh, Ruth won't give the game away. In fact, she could well be the distraction we need. Keep Ted out of Paul's office.
I hope he doesn't get too interested. He might decide to extend his visit.
I think he already has.
Oh, no, Clive, he can't. I'll go insane.
Being married to me is that bad, huh?
Well, even if I don't slip up, someone else in Ramsay Street is bound to.
Don't panic. I'll think of something.
You'd better, mastermind. While you're putting that wonderful brain of yours to work, could you take care of Sam while I go down to the shops?
Now, that sounds like a much more interesting pastime.
Well, I'll only be an hour or so.
Boy, I wish you could talk. I bet you'd come up with 100 brilliant solutions.
Yes, children can certainly be a two-edged sword. By the time they're ready to leave home, you've forgotten what life was like before you had them.
Once they've flown the coop, life can be a little lonely.
The loneliest time for me was just after my husband died.
It's hard when you lose a partner. Of course, my wives didn't die on me.
What happened, Ted? If you don't mind my asking.
No, of course I don't mind, no. We were both young. We went to America, further my career in medicine. Career took off with a bang. She felt neglected. Got interested in other guys. That was it.
And the second time around?
That's the same story. She was a lot younger than me. We were happy for a while, but she found someone else.
You must have been very disillusioned.
Hope springs eternal, as they say. Maybe it'll be better third time round.
Hello, Susan. Where's young Sam this morning?
At home with my husband.
Look, I'm sorry about yesterday. Oh, it's just Terri's letter put me in a pretty foul mood. Shouldn't have taken it out on you.
I shouldn't have read it.
Look, yesterday, when you said you cared about me,
I meant it, Paul.
it's just, I swore I'd never get that deeply involved with anyone again.
I promised myself the same thing before I met you.
Feelings mutual. We need to talk. You got a minute?
About that letter.
Oh, please, forget it.
No, it's shown me something. If we've got any hope of a future together, then we got to start trusting each other. And we mustn't hide things. Either of us.
And we start all over again? From the beginning?